Oh, hello. Here we are again, ready to play some more Quake. So we are in focus now. Lovely old manual focus webcam. There. Anyway, I wanted to mention a couple of things before I start playing. First of all, we finally launched the 4-4 ladder tournament with the Brazilian player Dev. And we don't have too many signups yet. I think we have 4 teams in total, but I've already heard of at least 2 more teams that are probably going to sign up, maybe even 3 more. And 4 or 5 out of the teams that we have at the moment are, let's say, lower tier teams. So if you haven't played Quakeworld much or haven't played 4-4 much, then this might be your chance to learn something and play against opponents that are not going to crush you totally every game for the next 2 years. If you want to sign up, I think the easiest way would be to go to quakeworld.nu and check the news post that I wrote there, and it has all the information you will need. We are using ranked.com. It's a website for running not only tournaments, but running ladders for whatever game or sport you might think of. And unfortunately, it doesn't support team-based games so well, but we figured out ways to, I don't know, work around it. So I think it should be fine for us. And it's certainly better than nothing because no one else seems to be running any tournaments at the moment. So this is what we decided to do. We found a website that works and at least works somehow. Decided to go with it. The map pool is, like I mentioned before, CMT1B, CMT3, CMT4, Schloss, and UK Pack 2. Nothing from the traditional TB3, so that should be good for the lower tier teams and for players and teams with less experience as well. I hope. And I have already seen some people jumping around in the new maps and learning the spawns and routes between places, so I hope it will be fun. Then what else? Today, actually 40 minutes ago, the closed beta for Quake Champions started. And I have one of the beta keys, but there's an NDA in place and I'm not going to stream any of it. I can't even talk about it, so I might not be streaming so much because of the beta, because I want to try the game out. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to share anything, so it's better if you don't even ask. And then what else? There's a sweet keep for Quakeworld coming up, and they are launching like a page at a time. And I could link the profile page to my Twitch. Find the link. Just a second. And BBS has been working very hard with the Wiki. Maybe you saw the Q8 LAN wiki page that is already there in the new wiki. Now they are adding players and I think clans as well. And maybe some other tournaments. Really neat, especially compared to the old one. And if you have been using Liquipedia, which has at least CS teams and I think some Quake 3 players there as well, it looks quite similar to that one. Now if you check under the stream there, under achievements, you can go to the new wiki. So if you have any feedback on that one, except for the... Oh, did BBS actually fix it? There was still today a horizontal scroll bar under the mouse settings, but at the moment it looks just fine for me. Alright, no complaints then. Yeah, there is a lot of stuff in the old wiki, and I think they are planning to move it over to the new one. I think that, as far as I understood, there was something fundamentally wrong with the old wiki, that it didn't support something, or maybe there were security issues, or I don't know exactly what the reason was for building the new one from scratch, but I think they have a plan to as much information from the old wiki to the new one as possible. I certainly hope they will, because many people, especially Purity, has been writing so many good articles in the old wiki, so it would be perfect to, or it would be a huge shame and a huge loss too. So anyway, that's there. Then I also set up a YouTube channel to store all the Twitch streams that I make, because Twitch only stores them for a certain period of time. I don't know if it's for 10 days. So I will be uploading these Twitch streams to the YouTube channel, and there's a link to the YouTube channel under the stream as well. And then finally, I have a demo that I want to show you. Something ridiculous happened yesterday. I think I haven't seen stuff like this in a long time, or probably ever, at least in a hilarious way like this. Here we go. It's a 2-on-2 game against Maltas and Mia, or Rustinate. We're playing with... I will start it again. We are playing with Henu, PM2. And what we want to see is the first quad. Spectate my view. I get a very bad start here. Maltas takes care of me. And then followed by Red Mega. Enemy gets the quad, but luckily, even though I got a very bad spawn there in the beginning, because Maltas was able to kill me right away, and there was pretty much nothing I could have done about it. But then I spawned Red Mega, got 200-200, and made my way as fast as possible to mid as well, and got the higher Mega as well. So I'm pretty much as stacked as you can be at this point. A fight with Maltas, who has 200-100, and here I thought about attacking Maltas, because I thought that he would be already weak, and he is. One rocket would kill him, And I thought that he would jump down here and try to run back to low. But what I didn't realize was that the quad was already here. And I jumped right in front of the quad guy. Hit one rocket in his face. I have only 30 health. I'm certain that I will die. I hit 2 rockets. He barely misses that 1 rocket. And I even hit the 3rd rocket a bit. Unfortunately, he doesn't die. He survives with 6 health and 3 armor. And well, I thought that crap, that was close. I knew that he was weak, but I didn't have anything to go with either. Just 30 health, no armor. I would have had rockets. I could have gone in, but I knew that Moldas was at high tele still, so I would have died had I attacked. So I just decided to back off. But this is where the funny stuff comes in. Rusty Nail decides to go for low and dies. Look at that again. Having that fight with Moldas. Going to the quad. And then we go here to see what actually happens here. This is so hilarious that we should check all the possible camera angles. Moldas jumps on Rusty Nail there and kills his teammate's quad by jumping on top of him. Because he had just less than 10 health. I think stomping does 10 damage. So rare that I don't even know for sure. Anyways, Rusty Nail had 6 health, 3 armor, totals 9. So that was just enough to kill him. And the funny thing is that let's spectate Maltus's point of view. See that doesn't actually see Rusty Nail under him when he's jumping down from here. He's almost blind when it comes to him. He just jumps down. Well, okay, he starts to see him just as he walks under him. Just so hilarious stuff to be there at low and to see that death message with the foot and start thinking about like what just happened. And it took me like a whole 10 seconds to realize that okay, it must have been the quad that got killed, because quad was at mid. I shot him, I knew that he was weak and there was no way he could have jumped high enough with a quad rocket to stomp anyone. So I just knew that okay, that was the quad that was actually killed with the stomp. Just absolutely hilarious stuff. I don't know if I have ever seen quad being killed with a stomp, and especially by a teammate. That is just unbelievable. But anyway, that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. Yeah, actually, the stomp is kind of a new feature. It wasn't there before Combat Teams Pro, I think. In the old Combat Teams, there was no stomping, as far as I remember. And then Combat Teams Pro introduced it. I don't remember exactly when, in the early 2000s. And it was a bit strange, although it doesn't have a huge impact in the game. But anyway, before stomping was possible, jumping on other players didn't hurt either of the players. It didn't hurt the player who was jumping down, no matter how high you were. and also it didn't hurt the player who was jumped on. It was kind of strange that it was introduced, because it kind of like introduces extra damage, because falling damage is 5, and before stomping was possible to save your teammates, for example at DM3 bend, by standing somewhere there, and the other player would just jump on you and you wouldn't lose any health. But then the stomp came and it was no longer possible, but not only that, but now it doesn't deal the damage that you would normally take by falling, but it deals more damage, which is a bit strange. Yeah, I'm going to play the beta, but I'm not going to stream it. Just like Dog Sacrifice here told you. And I think this stream will be actually quite short, because it seems like my download is ready and I can actually try the game. And the servers are anyway a bit empty. I will come back with more Quakeworld action a bit later. But anyway, I wanted to show you the demo, tell you about the 4-on-4 tournament, the YouTube channel, and something else. I forgot already. Anyway, I think I told everything. I'm gonna try Quake Champions. I would love to give you my opinion on it, but can't, unfortunately. I hope the NDA will be lifted, so we can actually show you how the game looks and feels and tell you our opinion. But until that, I think I will use my chance to check how the game actually feels like. Okay, sorry for the super short stream, but I will be coming back later. Brown.